Hey there, welcome back to Twin Oaks Farm Poultry. Thank you so much for joining us. We're over here at the hen house and taking a look at the hens. This is a small chicken run that is attached to our hen house so that they can go in and out as they wish. We just collected eggs, so I'm going to show you the eggs we collected, and we're going to go back in the hen house, actually let you see that egg production flock, and also show you one of the hens that it's going to be probably decision time about her, if she can stay with this group or if we might need to move her to another flock, because we're having a little bit of a behavior problem that we're going to have to get figured out. So as I said, we just checked eggs, so let's take a look at the eggs that we got. And if anybody I have a question too, if anybody has any experience or comments on, please let me know. So these were collected out of the nest boxes that are in this hen house that we're going to see. All the eggs look really good. I like it when they lay them in the nest boxes because they stay very, very clean all the time. This egg, so looks great on top. When you flip it over, it's got that wrinkly texture and it's kind of flattened. So if anybody has any knowledge of what causes that, let me know. I can tell you we don't get these every day, but we get them regularly and we keep them in our household use instead of putting them in egg orders. And when I crack these open and use them, they're perfect. The white and the yolk inside are developed fine. They taste great. The shell is strong. There's nothing wrong with them. There's just a misshapen thing. So anyway, if anybody knows about that, feel free to shout out. We just filled water, but I'll put that back in after the video, and my hand's kind of full. So I want to show you another tool also. I want the eggs to stay there. So as I said, we like it when they lay in the nest boxes, but we've got a place where they like to lay eggs that I'll show you, and I have to have a tool to get to that. So I'll take that in with me too after the video. But that reacher really helps extend my arm, helps me out. So that water sets there so that we can have the water up the height, the tray of the water up about the height of the bird's backs. So this is a great group of hens, laying hens. The Isa Browns, there's about 24 Isa Browns here. Our first experience with Isa Browns. They were hatched last November, so they're about 9 months old. And they're doing really well. There is one that we suspect is a rooster, but he hasn't caused us or the hens any problem, so we have not done anything to remove him from this flock or anything like that. So in fact, I think it's this one, and if anybody has any input on that, feel free to share it with me. But it doesn't tend to cause us a problem, although at this point I had one yesterday come at me and actually jump at my back, and so I gave him my opinion about that pretty quickly. But anyway, the eggs we collected came out of these nest boxes. The other place, though, these hens like to lay eggs is down here in this corner. And we've got an older hen here. I don't believe she lays eggs anymore. In fact, she was rehomed here from a relative's house. She ended up being the last hen at their house from flocks that they've had, and so it was fine with her family and with us to just rehome her to here and let her stay with the birds here. But here, just in the last week, she has started deciding to basically behave in a pretty broody manner. So the other place these hens like to lay their eggs is down there in that corner under the nest boxes, which that in itself is a little bit of a problem for me. But I showed you the reacher tool. A friend, Ronnie O, over there at the feed mill, he had that and wasn't using it. And I was telling about my struggle getting the eggs out of the corner, and he said, try that out. So it works pretty good. But now the trouble is this hen is basically brooding these eggs. We would love to brood some eggs and hatch out some chicks and get experience with that, but not in this pen. These eggs are already sold to customers in egg subscriptions on pre-sale. So we want to collect these eggs for filling egg orders. So she's given us a little bit of problem there, and she doesn't want to get up, and she is definitely sitting on a clutch of eggs. We checked this building last night. you know, like 3 times a day we check it for eggs. And so we know there were no eggs in here last night. I know there's eggs under her now, and we'll need to get those. But she's sitting there and doesn't want to move. And to complicate that, I think it's becoming an urgent thing to do something about, because somebody is cracking open eggs, like one a day. You can just barely see the shell there and the material from inside the egg. So somebody in this pen is cracking open about 1 egg a day and consuming it, and we don't want that happening either. So I'm guessing that it's her. So maybe we'll remove her. If we remove her and it continues, we'll know it's not her. So we'll go from there. But couple other things before we leave the pen real quick. Our door is set up so that it doesn't close, and that's why we do have a light left on. It is a heat lamp, but we have it lifted so it's not adding heat. And we did that because we've had some problems with weasels in another building here, and we've read since then that weasels won't go in to a building overnight where a light is on. Granted, other predators might, but at least that's helping us with that. So